You might think that bus drivers and conductors who work through the Blitz are doing quite a bit for victory. But a lot of them are doing even more. Hundreds of them are in the Home Guard, and a very smart and efficient band they look too. The biggest unpaid army in the world is now a real force in the defense of Britain. Bus drivers and conductors are normally quite pleasant fellows, but I think they'd be a bit rude to Jerry.
Have you joined the local defense volunteers? In this organization, you will find increasingly important work to do. You can carry on with your civil employment while discharging military duties. You can renew your acquaintance with firearms with all the self-confidence which the rifle gives you. Or, if you're new to the rifle, you can quickly learn on the ranges how to handle and fire it.
Has an excellent revolver. During a short attack will afford the trigger of your slave. For in the afternoon, our orders are to storm the patrol. So if you got your lighters with them red, come, the Home Guard might as well go home. Please oblige us with the pen and gun. The lack of one is wounding into our pride. Last night we found the duties. German parachuters. We looked at our kit and giggled a bit and laughed until he cried. We'll have to hunt an arm and come and marching through Berlin. We'll all go to be ashamed of it in Rome. So if you can't abide with the friend, come, the Home Guard might as well, the Home Guard might as well, the Home Guard might as well go.
Who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think we're on the run? We are the boys who will stop your little game. We are the boys who will make you think again. 'Cause who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think old England's done? Mr. Brown goes off to town, 'cause who do you think?
Platoon, stand at ease. Platoon, attention!
Come on, Jones, keep up with the others.
Sorry, sir.
Yes, thank you, Wilson. Platoon, stand at ease.
Oh, I think I know what's causing it, sir.
Yes, what's it, James?
I think it's because you're at the end of the line, sir, and the voice of your command is taking a long time to cross to me, sir.
Yes, it must be something like that. What's the matter now, James?
Oh, I was just standing at attention, sir. Now, I'm easy myself.
Right. Well, now we've been approached by some of the women folk of the town who would like to join us in our fight against the common foe. Now, Wilson and I think this is quite a good idea, don't we, Wilson?
Oh, yes, sir, yeah.
Yes, they can take over some of the paperwork and the making of the tea and cocoa, etc.
Buttons?
I beg your pardon, Fraser.
Buttons, sir. They could sew on buttons.
Precisely. A very good point. Make a note of that, Wilson.
Yes,
My sisters are very good at sewing. Point and that sort of thing. As long as somebody threads the needle.
Yes, well, thank you, Godfrey, but I do think we need a somewhat younger age group.
Mr. Mannering. There's a new girl at the sweet shop. She's very obliging.
Pike, that sounds like just the sort of girl we need.
That's right. Comfort for the troops.
Walker, we don't want any of that sort of talk here.
There's a lassie at the Gaslight and Coke Company, sir.
Yeah.
She's a good, strong, sunny girl. Big thighs. Yes, they're very strong, the ones with big thighs.
Well, I suppose bring her along tomorrow. We don't need many, just a handful, properly trained. They can release us, the frontline troops, to grapple with the enemy.
I don't think Taffy and Jonesy here will have a lot of energy left after grappling with all those big thighs.
That's enough from you, Walker. Good evening, Wilson. How goes the recruiting?
Oh, the men seem to have brought quite a few along, sir.
Oh, very good, very good. Bring them in one at a time.
Yes, sir. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are we? Mrs. Fox?
This is Mrs. Fox, sir.
Oh, good evening, Mrs. Fox. How do you do?
Very well, thank you.
It's so very hot and humid today, yet you look so incredibly cool.
Yes, it is humid, isn't it? Thank you.
Mrs. Fox, sir.
How do you do, Mrs. Fox?
Very well, thank you.
Mrs. Fox is one of my best customers, sir. I think she'll give you every satisfaction.
Thank you, Jones.
Oh, how terribly rude of me. Please take a seat, Mrs. Fox.
Thank you so much.
And can we get something? Would you like a nice cup of tea or something?
Oh, no, thank you, I'm fine.
Wilson! Sorry about that, Mrs. Fox. Sorry about that. Now, name? Fox. Christian name?
Marcia.
Marcia.
Oh, Marcia, what a lovely name.
Do you think so?
Oh, yes, it's one of my favourites.
Wilson!
I've got my address here. I've written the age on the bottom. I just told Captain Mannering I've written my age on the bottom. Occupation, widow.
Widow. Is that an occupation?
Well, in Mrs. Fox's case, I'd say it's more of a calling.
Wilson!
Mrs. Fox is a very fine lady, sir, and a warm and genuine female person.
Yes, well, I'm sure that would be most useful, Jones. Now, Mrs. Fox, would you like to join us?
I didn't know you'd come afar.
Thank you, Wilson. I'll take that as an affirmative answer. Thank you, Fox. Next one, please.
Captain Mannering.
Mrs. Fox is a very dry wit, sir.
Yes, I'm sure she has, Jones. Thank you.
This is the woman I was telling you about. Ivy Samways.
Ah, yes, Ivy Samways.
Yes, you remember, sir. The one who's most obliging.
Yes, thank you, Wilson. James, there's no need for you to stir.
Yes, sir.
Miss Emily, you're a shop assistant, aren't you? Get out, Jones!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, you're a shop assistant, aren't you? Address?
27 Jutland Drive.
I beg your pardon?
27 Jutland Drive.
I'm afraid I didn't quite catch. Oh, Jutland Drive, yes. What number?
27.
27, sir!
Stupid boy. Now, I wonder what we can find for Miss Samways to do.
You can answer the telephone, sir.
Wilson, you're trying my patience rather wrongly today.
Well, she could look after the secrets file, sir, most obligingly.
Oh, yes, right. Thank you, Miss Samways.
A word, sir.
Yes, Fraser?
The lassie from the Castard and Coke Company couldn't be here tonight, sir. But I've had a word with her and she wants to join us. She's just the sort we want, sir. Big, strong girl with big thighs.
Yes, well, thank you, Fraser. Bring her along tomorrow.
Right, sir.
Mr. Mannering, this is Edith Parrish. She's a friend of mine.
Oh, yes, right. Would you mind sitting down, Miss Parrish? Now, do you have an occupation, Miss Parrish?
Yeah, I'm an usherette.
That's right, Tivoli Cinema, you know, with the torches.
Oh, yes. Well, I expect to see a lot of pictures.
Yeah, I see a lot of other things and all.
If you fancy seeing anything, just pop down the side alley, 3 knocks, and she'll let you slip in the back door.
Yes. I don't think I'll be taking advantage of the hospitality, Miss Parrish. Where do you live?
Down Benwick Road, number 35.
Yeah.
But I live with my dad and he's 6'3", so don't you go getting any ideas. Yeah.
I think that will be all, Miss Parrish.
I'll see she's here tomorrow night, sir. You should have said that to him. You don't get ideas.
Wilson, I don't think that's the right class of girl for us, you know. Are there any more?
No, sir, that's all.
Well, very good then.
Yes, mate.
Come in.
Oh, Captain Mannering?
Yes, that's right.
I heard you were needing women helpers for the Home Guard, is that right?
Oh, yes, quite correct. Do sit down.
Oh, thank you. I've heard about this platoon since its very beginning, and I think you're doing a wonderful job.
Oh, well, we're just trying to do our best for old England and her army.
Well, I'd like to help, just to feel that I was doing something.
Oh, yes, your face seems very familiar. Have I seen you at the Golf Club?
No, I've not been in Wilmington long. We had to bring Mother out of London because of the bombing.
I see.
Yes, I'd like to have stayed. Not that there's much one could do, of course, but just being there would have shown that little Hitler that we're not going to give in.
By Jove, that's the sort of talk I like to hear. Now, let's get down to business. No? Hooray. And your Christian name?
Fiona.
Fiona? What a pretty name.
Oh, do you think so?
Oh, yes. It's always been one of my favourites.
Thank you.
Occupation?
Well, widow, I suppose, if you can call that an occupation.
Oh, well, in your case, Mrs. Gray, I would say that it was almost a address?
31 Wilton Gardens.
I say, that's quite no me.
I know. I see you go to the bank every morning.
Oh, do you?
Yes, and how marvellously punctual you are.
Oh.
We thought you were 3 minutes late the other day.
Was I?
No, the clock was wrong.
Oh, well. You know, you must set an example to the young ones these days, and I have to do it in my position.
Oh, I know. The old standards are declining so very rapidly.
They are. Indeed, they are.
Oh, well, I'm so sorry. I mustn't keep you.
No. Look, when we see you then tomorrow night, we usually parade about 7.
Oh, I can't wait to start. My life at the moment is morning coffee at Anne's pantry and making the dahlias grow.
Oh, I'm very fond of dahlias.
Are you really? Do you grow them too?
No. Unfortunately, my wife says they attract earwigs.
Oh, such a shame. But she's quite right, of course. Captain Mannering, may I ask you something awfully personal?
Yes, well, of course.
Do you always wear spectacles?
Yes, I do.
Would you mind taking them off for a moment?
Well, I suppose so.
Oh, that's so much better. I always think they act as a sort of... They take away the warmth from a person's eyes. Just as a fire guard takes away so much of the heat.
Yes, I never thought of it that way before.
Still here, sir?
Oh, yes, Wilson. Now, this is Mrs. Fiona Gray. She's a new recruit.
Fiona, what a lovely name. It's one of my favourites.
Mrs. Gray, we'll see you parading tomorrow night at 7:30.
I shall look forward to it.
Goodbye.
You.
Bye-bye. Most charming woman, that Wilson.
Yes, she's are.
Oh, yes. She's just the sort of material we need.
Well, you're such a good judge of character and all that. It'd be interesting to see how they all turn out tomorrow night at parade.
Yes.
There she is, Jones, over there.
I don't think she's got very big thighs, Mr. Frankie. Little ones, maybe.
What's the matter with your eyes, man? They're like tree trunks.
Go round the front, Mavis, and I'll see you in the main hall. Good evening, sir. You lost your glasses?
No. Wilson, I've just left them off for a minute. Now, we'll get the doing it all
Yes,
again.
good evening, yes. Good evening, ladies. So lovely to see so many. We're about to start parade, so I'd be awfully kind if you could line up for me, please, in a nice straight line to the captain, yes, so we can get ready. Gents, you know the drill. Come on now, spread out. Give the ladies plenty of room. Move over that way. Come on, give the ladies
Wilson,
plenty
come on, get to
No, so yes, I'm coming. Okay, ready? Platoon, jump!
Good evening, ladies.
Good evening, Mr. Mannering.
Yes, well, now, sooner or later, we will be getting you your uniforms. But until then, I thought it best to teach you the rudiments of foot drill, so that we can look like a disciplined body of men and of women. Yes. Now, first of all, the act is position. The legs should be comfortably apart, about 18 inches or so. The hands are placed behind the back, right over left, just behind your bottom, your behind, at the back. You got that?
A lot of red tape nonsense.
No talking in the ranks, Mum.
Pike, you stupid boy, no talking in the ranks. Now come to attention. You transfer your weight onto your right foot. You raise your left foot. I'm doing it now, it's less than possible. Bring your hands beside you, thus. Now, here is the tricky bit. At the same time, you bring your arms and your hands to your sides in line with the seams on your...
Permission to speak, sir?
Yes, Jones?
The ladies aren't wearing any trousers, sir. On account of the ladies, sir.
They can always put their thumbs in line with the seams of their knickers.
Walker, fall out and stand over there. Go on. You'll take no further part in this parade.
What have I said?
Well, if we wasn't wearing any, he'd have something to say about it.
He's very crude, but very kind-hearted.
Right, now let's try it. Give the command, Wilson.
Platoon, jump!
No. That was very sloppy. No, not you, Gray. That was really good. Now you must have your stomachs in and chests up. Yes.
Not you, Mrs. Fox. That was very good.
Right, now let's go once more. Stand at ease. Squad, shoot! Now come along, Mrs. Fox.
But I was following him.
Come along, you're all behind.
Stand at ease.
Silly red tape.
Mom! I'm talking in the ranks!
Pike, I won't tell you again.
Mr. Mannering, Miss Ironside's doing it with a very strong action.
Yes, thank you, Fraser. Wilson. She doesn't seem to have very strong thighs to me.
But she does have quite long legs, though, sir.
Yes. Now let's move on to the left and right turn. Now to turn right, you swivel on the right foot and left toe thus. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Walker! Yes, and now brace the rear thighs as you go.
That's right, do as the captain says. Those thighs are firmly braced, sir.
Yes, thank you, Fraser. Now you lift your rear leg high and place it beside the front one.
Blimey, what a way to win a war.
I think you'll find the captain knows best if you listen to him.
Godfrey, place at the front and stop staring at the ladies.
Woman mad. Woman mad he is.
Any more from you, Walker, and you'll be sent home. Now, let's try it. Squad, jump! Very good, Mrs. Gray, very good. Squad, lift.
There seems to be some confusion, sir, about which way is which.
Yes, I know, thank you, Wilson. Come on,
Permission to speak, sir?
Face the front, yes. What is it, Jones?
We had the same kind of trouble during the American Civil War, sir.
Yeah.
When they had all sorts of rough, crude country yokelmen as soldiers, sir. They didn't know their left foot from their elbow, sir.
Yeah.
So to overcome this, they tied a piece of straw to their left foot and a piece, no, I tell you, like, a piece of honey to the left foot and a piece of straw to their right foot, sir. And then when the commanding man wanted to make a right turn, he'd say, "Hey turn," or "straw turn," provided it was on the right or left foot. Would that help, sir?
Yes, James, thank you.
I think that's a good idea, sir.
Yeah.
And then you could come in and you could say, "Good evening, ladies. What nice straws you're wearing."
Walker, that's enough from you. Go home.
I didn't say nothing.
I'm not arguing. That's an order.
Mannering's making an utter fool of himself. There's no other way of putting it.
3 times they come last week, yeah, to see 40 Little Mothers with Eddie Cantor. And they come again last night to see Shipwrecked Sally with Gracie Fields. Shirley shows them in, she thinks I don't see. And they always sit in the back row, only holding hands, mind. Not like some people I know, who've got more arms than an octopus.
I'm the very possessive nature, Miss Parrish.
I've seen them have coffee together every morning.
I've not seen them.
Oh, they go to the Dutch oven now. I have to come and collect them if there's anything important.
Folly, sheer folly, it'll be the ruin of him. Somebody should tell him.
I don't think we should be talking about them like this behind their back.
That's rich coming from you. It was you that told us about them playing clock golf down at the municipal gardens.
I thought that was rather sweet.
Good evening, Wilson.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, it's about time to trade, isn't it?
Yes, everyone's assembled, sir.
Right, yeah, very good. Now, attention. Is everyone here, James?
Everyone except Mrs. Grazer.
Mrs. Gray? Not here? How strange. Perhaps she's a little under the weather.
Favoritism.
I was just saying, she must be alright, because she saw her down the station with 2 heavy bags.
The station?
10 minutes ago.
10 minutes ago? You saw her at the station? Wilson, take the parade.
There's only one train that leaves tonight, and that's the 8:40 to London.
Go on, Wilson.
Oh, Lord, yes, sir.
I'm just going back to London, that's all.
How long for?
A month or two, perhaps for good.
You never even mentioned it. You never even hinted at it.
I just thought it would be for the best.
Oh, Fiona, I don't want you to go. I mean, everything has been so different lately. I live from one moment to the next.
I know, it's the same for me, but it's the only thing to do. People are talking.
Oh, people always talk.
Well, what about your wife?
They won't talk to her. She's not left the house since Munich.
Be sensible, George. You can't afford scandal and tittle-tattle.
I don't care.
What about the bank?
Damn the bloody bank!
And platform 1 is the 8:40 fast train through London Victoria, departing now.
I must go. I'm sorry, George.
Fiona!
Goodbye.
Thank goodness we found you.
There's 2 enemy parachuters been spotted at Wicken's Farm.
No, look, I must go now.
Captain, 2 enemy parachuters have been spotted hiding in Wicken's Farm.
2 enemy parachuters?
Hiding in Wicken's Farm.
In Wicken's Farm, right. Okay, yes, wait. This, then. Let's get together. Let's go into action. Come along. This is our chance.
You are really Mr. Hitler, if you think of England run. We are the boys who will stop your little game. We are the boys who will make you think again. So who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think of England's done?
This is the Gaumont British News, presenting the truth to the free peoples of the world. Another picture that speaks louder than words of Anglo-American solidarity. The arrival in Northern Ireland of the first contingent of the United States Army to stations in the United Kingdom. Within 7 weeks of the declaration of war on Germany, President Roosevelt has sent to Britain this token of true alliance between the English-speaking nations. Numbers, of course, are secret, but there were several thousands in this first landing of well-equipped American troops. Thousands more will grow to millions as Uncle Sam's huge plan for victory is fulfilled. 25 years ago, the fathers of these Americans crossed the Atlantic to fight as our allies. We both know now to our cost that the job was left half done. The 1942 generation has no illusions left, but this time we mean to finish it.
So, Dad's Army became one of our many lines of defence here on the south coast. Many of our local residents helped out with either Home Guard, ARP wardens, WVRS, or helped us on many local farms. The New Forest became not only part of the nation's breadbasket, but also a major stopping off point for US and Canadian troops as the Allies prepared for D-Day. To keep the troops happy, the local residents organised dances and socials to entertain them. At first this was showing them some good old British hospitality, but very quickly the GIs were bringing their own style of music and dance. I could stand here all night and describe these new dances to you, but that would be a waste of time, as we have our own wonderful dancers for you to enjoy. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, the Lindy Hoppers! girl singing groups became very popular. We had Vera Lynn, Judy Garden, Ella Fitzgerald, Doris Day, Peggy Lee, and of course one of the most popular acts, the Andrews Sisters. Unfortunately, we can't bring many of these this evening. But what we do have is our own local tribute girls, so please welcome to the stage, ladies and gentlemen, the Friday Girls! So let's bring back to the stage the Lindy Hoppers! Was tough. I'll go at that one day. Anyway, moving on. Now then, not all the melodies of the day were quite so upbeat and positive. No, back in Blighty, Hellcat was giving us something slightly more obscure. With the war moving towards its inevitable conclusion, the governments today, particularly USA and the UK, were becoming increasingly concerned about the threat that could come from post-war communism. Therefore, there was, in certain political circles, a desire to show that not all Germans were sadistic monsters, that once the war was over, we would need to build a new relationship with the German people. Nolkauer therefore came up with a little ditty that not only kept some permanent entertainment for the folks back home, but also set out a view that going forward, we would need to reset our opinion about post-war Germany and its citizens. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Murray and Chris Davis bring you Don't Let Me Beastly to the Germans.
And in addition we must be wise, and ask the conquered lands to throw in our hands to aid them. That would be a wonderful surprise. For many years they've been in floods of tears, because the boiling of days have been so wrong and only on to cheat the world, defeat the world, and beat the world to blazes. This is the moment when we ought to sing their praises. Don't let's be listening to the Germans, for you can't deprive a gangster of his gun. Though they've been a little naughty to the Czechs and Poles and Dutch, but I don't suppose those countries like me very much. Let's be free with them and share the BBC with them. Let's prepare them basking in the sun. Let's soften their defeat again and build their lasting feet again. But don't let's be listening to the Hun.
Wellingtons and smocks have got nothing on frogs. But if you're a member of the Women's Land Army, they're the kind of wear for the kind of work. smiling girls are being trained at a Northamptonshire School of Agriculture, where they learn farming and horticulture in as many weeks as it used to take months. Poultry keeping is a very important part of the girls' training. They know how to keep chickens even if they can't keep secrets. This little pig will go to market, or some of her family will. And any danger of foot and mouth disease is kept at bay by careful inspection. There are about 100 ewes on the farm. This way, please, so the girls haven't any time for wool gathering. And how to plant is only one of the many things they're taught in the horticultural section. Yes, these are the girls who are doing their bit for victory. And could you imagine a healthier life? From 6:30 till 5, it's anything but quiet on the home front.
So we come to the end of another exciting day, defending civilization on the front line at Netherwallet Farm.
Well, I don't know about beating the enemy, but I do know if I see another sugar beet, I will scream.
I wish you two would give over moaning. Things aren't that bad. At least at this place we get properly fed. You just think back as to what it was like in London, with your 2 ounces of meat a week, and that was if you could get it.
Oh, I remember me last posting. All we ever got was beetroot sandwiches. And then there was that time I complained to the farmer that me plate was wet. That ain't wet, he said, that's the soup. And that coffee we had tonight was bloody awful.
Oh well, don't complain. You may be old and weak yourself one day.
Don't you ever think of anything but food?
Well, there is one thing. Did I tell you about that dishy soldier I met at the dance last week?
Yes. Where were you today? You weren't working with us.
Oh no, I got sent up to the manor house. How the other half lives, I don't think he knows there's a war on, you know.
What do you mean?
Well, while I was in the house getting my instructions for the day, old Lord What's-His-Name would keep breaking off. He'd go over to the window and he'd keep yelling, "Green side up!"
Probably generations of inbreeding. Obviously mad as a hatter.
Well, yeah, it could have been that, but you see, he could see I was a bit perplexed. So he explained that he was having a new lawn laid and he was using that new girl crew to lay it.
Oh, I ask you, in the middle of the war, and he's asking the land army to lay his lawn for him?
Yeah.
Some of them think we're just servants.
Yeah. Hey, did anyone see that tramp who was hanging around today?
I did. He came and spoke to me at lunchtime.
Oh, what did he say?
He said he hadn't eaten for 4 days. And I said, God, I wish I had your willpower.
Hey, I got a letter from my sister last week. Do you remember Rita, the one who married Bert? I ran into him by accident at Waterloo Station when he'd just got back from North Africa. He told me the first thing he was going to do was go home and make love to Rita. Ooh. And I said to him, well, what's the second thing? And he said, I'm going to take these filthy monkey boots off. Anyway, it seemed he hadn't been well. Rita wrote to tell me that he's had an operation. And after it was over, the doctor came out to talk to her. He said he didn't like the look of Bert. Neither do I, says Rita. But he's not home much, and he's great with the kids.
Oh, I must remember to wash my smalls tomorrow. I thought it was a real swizz when I found out they don't include them with your uniform.
Yeah.
None of the other services have to buy their own.
And 22 and 6 a week don't go far neither. Not after they've deducted for your lodgings and sent 15 shillings home to your mum. Sometimes I think we'd be better off working in a munitions factory. Some of them get paid £5 a week, I heard.
Well, money isn't everything, you know.
Well, money is better than poverty, if only for financial reasons.
Well, I for one have no regrets. At least out here in the country we don't have to spend all night huddled up in a damp old Anderson shelter trying not to touch the sides because they're running in condensation.
Yeah, and listening to that shrapnel rat-a-tat-tatting on the roof.
Oh, as if we haven't had enough of it. And then the kids would collect the shrapnel and the fins of the burnt out incendiaries and take them home. You couldn't get away from the stuff.
Still, it was better than spending the night in the tube, or worse still, one of those corporation shelters.
Yeah, my old man, he helped build those. Death traps, he called them. Do you know what? The ceiling, the roof was made of concrete slabs, and they were just like balanced on the brick walls. They weren't tied in or nothing, and then if there was a nearby bomb blast, the roof would just kind of fall in on you.
Yeah, nightmare. There's no real safety anywhere these days. My aunt was in a department store when the alarm went off, so they went down to the basement, where there was a shelter. Well, a bomb only went off and blocked the exit and ruptured the water main. They were all drowned.
Oh, poor old dear. Still, they say if it's got your number on it.
Yeah.
I think you're right, there's no safety anywhere, is there? I remember the Jerrys when they bombed that station in the East End. 263 people dead, someone told me.
Yeah, you just don't know what to do for the best.
Yeah. Sometimes when I hear those planes going over at night, I think of my family and my friends back home going through it night after night, and then having to get up for work after only about 2 hours sleep. I feel kind of guilty that we're here, safe, out of harm's way.
Well, we won't be getting much more sleep than that. I do hate this double summertime. It was 11 o'clock at night before we finished with old Farmer Giles the other night.
Yeah, well, I'm soon from the bed. 5 o'clock in the morning soon comes around.
You poor old thing. You must be getting old.
Well, yeah, you certainly know you're getting old when you feel like the morning after, but there was no night before.
Well, I must be nearly 95 then. Right, I am from my bed, particularly if we're going to be at that dance tomorrow night.
Yes, we've got a dance. Well, let's hope I don't get into trouble like last time. I was driving back in the company van when it broke down. Now, I knew it wasn't out of petrol, so I lifted the bonnet, was having a good look underneath, and this soldier called up in a Jeep and says, "What's wrong?" So I says, "Piston broke." "Me too," says he. "So what's up with the motor?" Anyway, he gave me a lift home. Trouble is, the supervisor gave me a real rocket, and I've not been allowed to drive since, not even the combine harvester.
Now that is a sight worth seeing. Anyway, why are you going to the dance? Ain't you got a fella already?
Yeah, but men are like tyres. You should always have a spare. Good night, girls.
Have you got a spare tyre?
I haven't, but I think I need to
I've
get
got like a spare.
The Battle of Normandy. The army group carrying out the assault is made up of British, Canadian, and American forces. From south of England ports go Monty's invasion men to spring their surprise on von Rundstedt's Nazis. Heading out to sea after a 24-hour delay because of the weather. Now that the flood of pictures of the invasion has started, we add length to our newsreel so that we may develop in fuller detail the pictorial history of the Western Front offensive and do justice thereby to the great Allied undertaking. 44 will be remembered equally well by this strange reversal of events when from England came the conquest of German-occupied Normandy. Smoke screens are blown across as we dig in on the newly won position. Right in the spearhead of attack are Allied service photographic units and newsreel cameramen putting this amazing scene on celluloid. French rooftops over the bows of Allied landing craft beaching on the Normandy shore. There comes the grinding of keels on shingle, and our troops spill ashore across that open stretch menaced by enemy gunfire. Newsreel and Allied service cameramen go in with the landing forces. The pictures they take make up this lengthened edition of Pathé Gazette. They tell of the Battle of the Bridgeheads, which within a week was won and became the battle for consolidation.
Soldiers, sailors, and airmen of the Allied forces, you are about to embark upon the great crusade toward which we have striven these many months. The eyes of the world are upon you. The hopes and prayers of liberty-loving people everywhere march with you in company with our brave allies and brothers in arms on other fronts, you will bring about the destruction of the German war machine. Your task will not be an easy one. Your enemy is well trained, well equipped, and battle hardened. He will fight savagely. The United Nations have inflicted upon the Germans great defeat in open battle, man to man. Our air offensive has seriously reduced their strength in the air and their capacity to wage war on the ground. Our home fronts have given us a superiority in weapons and munitions of war, and placed at our disposal great reserves of trained fighting men. The tide has turned. The free men of the world marching together to victory. I have full confidence in your duty and skill in battle. We will accept nothing less than full victory. Good luck, and let us beseech blessing of Almighty God upon this great and noble undertaking.
So the battle commenced, but at home there was still entertainment going on. So please welcome back to the stage the Friday Girls. Hello, Friday Girls, what a great sound. Now, next on the programme this evening is, if you've read your programme, you'll see that there'll be a regular edition of Nightingale Sang in Berkeley Square. You'll see in the programme also it's going to be sung by Marie. Unfortunately, Marie has not been very well. So in her place tonight, please welcome to the stage, Amanda.
Songbirds sing Yesterday morning at 2:41 a.m. at General Eisenhower's headquarters, General Jodl, the representative of the German High Command, and of Grand Admiral Dönitz, the designated head of the German state, signed the act of unconditional surrender of all German land, sea, and air forces in Europe to the Allied Expeditionary Force.
The ceasefire began yesterday to be sounded all along the front, and our dear Channel Islands are also to be freed today.
So the long war finally came to an end. D-Day, nearly 12 months earlier, started a big pushback through France, Belgium, and eventually into Germany. It also caused great rejoicing. For many, just the thought of no more bombing raids or hiding under in sleepless nights and shelters or in the underground was enough. But for most, to celebrate the end of the war, street parties were organised across the country to help forget the end of one of the darkest periods of Europe's history and to look forward to the hope of a whole new world to come. On your tables, you will find there are some flags. We hope you're going to wave them, because we're going to create our own street party here in Slough. So without further ado, please welcome back our entire cast as we party and start with our Andrews sisters.
Don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. No, no, no. Don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me.
concert party here tonight, and that you all enjoy yourselves. So, throughout our show, I'd like to show your appreciation one more time, please, for our entire cast. Starting off with the Lindy Hoppers!
soul.